From a young age, most of us are taught a simple, powerful lesson about money. It's a piece of advice passed down from our parents and grandparents, born from a place of caution and a desire to protect us from financial hardship. We hear it in phrases like, "If you can't pay for it in cash, you can't afford it," or "live within your means." These warnings all boil down to one fundamental rule: never borrow money. The word debt itself often conjures images of stress, anxiety, and a feeling of being trapped, weighed down by mounting bills and interest payments that seem to have no end in sight. For many, debt is a four-letter word, a financial mistake to be avoided at all costs. But what if that advice is only half true? What if this well-intentioned guidance, designed to keep you safe, is actually holding you back from building real, lasting wealth? The truth is, debt isn't a single, monolithic thing. It's a powerful financial tool. And like any tool, it can be used to build something incredible, or it can cause significant damage if mishandled. Consider this. Some of the wealthiest people and most successful companies in the world use debt every single day. They use it strategically to buy assets, to expand their businesses, and to generate more income. They see it not as a burden, but as leverage. Meanwhile, millions of Americans use debt in ways that quietly make them poorer every month, financing depreciating assets like cars, or funding a lifestyle with high-interest credit cards. It's a cycle that drains bank accounts and stifles financial growth. The difference between these two outcomes is everything. Today, you'll learn the critical distinction between good debt and bad debt, and why understanding how to use this tool correctly can completely change your financial future. Money doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be understood. If borrowing money is always wrong, why do successful businesses borrow? Why do homeowners take mortgages? Why do investors sometimes use financing? Let's find out. Meet Maria. Maria has two borrowing opportunities: a new luxury SUV, monthly payment, $850. A modest starter home, monthly mortgage, $1,700. Friends tell her, debt is debt. But are these two decisions really the same? So how do we separate the debt that builds us up from the debt that tears us down? The distinction starts with a simple concept: good debt versus bad debt. Good debt is an investment in your future. It's money you borrow to acquire an asset that has a strong potential to increase in value or to significantly boost your future earning power. Think of it as strategic leverage, using borrowed funds to achieve a financial goal that would otherwise be out of reach, creating more wealth in the long run than the interest you pay. A key difference often lies in whether the debt is secured or unsecured. Good debts, like mortgages, are typically secured, meaning the loan is backed by a physical asset the lender can claim if you default. This security usually results in a lower interest rate. In contrast, much of what we call bad debt is unsecured, like credit card debt. There's no collateral, which poses a higher risk to the lender, and that risk is passed on to you through much higher interest rates. When you make a payment on a loan, that money is split between two things: the principal, which is the original amount you borrowed, and the interest, which is the cost of borrowing. The process of paying down your loan over time is called amortization. With each payment on a good debt like a mortgage, you're paying down the principal and building equity, the portion of the asset you truly own. A classic example of good debt is a mortgage on a reasonably priced home. While not guaranteed, real estate has historically appreciated over the long term, meaning your home could be worth much more in the future. Student loans, when taken on judiciously for a degree that leads to a high-demand career, are another form of good debt. You're investing in your own human capital, dramatically increasing your lifetime earning potential. And a business loan, backed by a solid, well-researched business plan, can provide the capital needed to launch a venture that generates income for years to come. On the other side of the coin is bad debt. This is borrowing for consumption, typically for things that lose value the moment you buy them and generate no future income. It's the kind of debt that drains your wealth instead of building it. Bad debt often comes with a variable annual percentage rate, or APR, especially with credit cards. This means the interest rate can change, often rising unexpectedly and making your debt more expensive and harder to pay off. This unpredictability can wreak havoc on a budget. High-interest credit card balances used for everyday spending, financing expensive cars or luxury items you can't truly afford, and borrowing for impulsive purchases are all hallmarks of bad debt. With these, you're paying interest on a depreciating asset or a fleeting experience. The item's value plummets, but the debt, inflated by interest, remains. This is where the concept of opportunity cost becomes painfully clear. Every dollar spent on interest for bad debt is a dollar you can't invest, save, or use to build your future. The ultimate question to ask before taking on any debt is not just, can I make the payment? But, what is this debt helping me achieve? Ask, will this purchase increase income, increase value, improve your financial future, or lose value quickly, create ongoing interest costs, delay your financial goals? To truly understand the difference between good and bad debt, let's walk through a real-world example. Imagine two paths diverge from the same starting point. We have two individuals, borrower A and borrower B. Both have good credit, stable incomes, and have just been approved for a $40,000 loan. Their journey begins at the exact same financial intersection. The only difference is how they choose to use that borrowed money. Borrower A decides to use the $40,000 as a down payment on a modest starter home. This is a strategic move, leveraging the loan to acquire an asset that has the potential to appreciate or grow in value over time. They are purchasing a piece of property, a tangible asset that provides shelter and a foothold in the real estate market. Now let's look at borrower B. They choose to finance a brand new luxury vehicle with their $40,000. This purchase provides immediate gratification, the thrill of a new car, the latest technology, and the status that comes with it. On the surface, it's an exciting purchase. But from a financial perspective, this is a depreciating asset. Its value starts to fall the moment it's driven off the lot. Let's fast forward 5 years. What do their financial pictures look like now? For borrower A, the homeowner, two powerful forces have been at work. First, their property value has likely increased with the market. Second, every monthly mortgage payment they've made has chipped away at their loan principal, building their home equity. This equity represents their ownership stake in the home, a valuable asset they can tap into later. They've turned debt into a wealth-building tool. Meanwhile, borrower B's situation is starkly different. Their luxury car, now 5 years old, has significantly depreciated. It might be worth less than half of its original price. While they've also been making payments, they've been paying down a loan on an asset that is rapidly losing value. They might even be upside down on their loan, meaning they owe more than the car is currently worth. The same amount borrowed. Two completely different long-term outcomes. This is the crucial distinction. Good debt helps you acquire assets that can grow in value, while bad debt finances consumption and depreciating items. Understanding this difference is the key to making debt work for you, not against you. Myth: all debt is bad. Reality: the purpose, cost, and long-term impact of debt matter more than the word debt itself. Debt isn't automatically good or bad. It depends on why you're borrowing, how much it costs, whether it helps or hurts your future. Before borrowing money, ask yourself, question 1, will this increase my future income? Question 2, will this likely increase in value or support a meaningful long-term goal? Question 3, if I lost my job tomorrow, could I still comfortably make the payments? If the answer to the third question is no, pause and reconsider. The goal isn't to eliminate every loan from your life. The goal is to make borrowing intentional. Used wisely, debt can open doors. Used carelessly, it can quietly close them. The decisions you make today shape the financial opportunities you'll have tomorrow. Next time, we'll compare two of the most popular debt payoff strategies: the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. One focuses on motivation, the other focuses on saving money. Which one is right for you? I'll help you decide. Remember, navigate your financial future with confidence, because wealth isn't built overnight. It's built one smart decision at a time. Not all debt is bad. In fact, some debt can help build wealth. Show a split screen comparing a mortgage on an affordable home with high-interest credit card debt used for discretionary spending. Explain that the purpose, cost, and long-term outcome of borrowing matter. Follow Wealth Compass for practical money lessons that help you make smarter financial decisions.